This video is brought to you by Jab.se, the lead supplier of MMA gear in Scandinavia. BetSafe.com, Europe's only online betting site for MMA.
Sisu mouthguard. Stronger, thinner. This is the game changer.
This is Marcus Korvat with StudioMMA and MMA Net, and we're here at... Let me do that again. What the fuck? Yeah. This is Marcus Korvat with StudioMMA and MMA Net, and we're here in Las Vegas for UFC 156. Fastest finish of the night, at least up to this point. Tyron Woodley, how you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome, man. You know, I've had some war in my last 4 fights, so it was time that the knockout cycle came my way, so I'm excited to have it happen.
You know, I know both of you. I've trained with both you and Tyron. I went through, you know, the different ways this fight could go. The way it went was not the way I expected it. Did you foresee this?
Yeah, I foresee it, and I kind of played a game plan around it because, you know, I listened to things he was saying about, you know, me taking him down, and he wasn't scared of my wrestling, and, you know, about if I take him down, he's going to get right back up. It kind of told me that he was a little, you know, scared of my wrestling. You know, Ben Askren, you know, fought him, and, you know, he's a good wrestler, but I'm a little bit more explosive, so that's a little harder to stop when somebody hits you with a hard double leg. So I plan to use my wrestling to basically deceive him and use my striking. So he's a tough guy, man. I was planning for war, and you know, we shook hands, and after that it was like, you know, we have to fight each other. So,
and planning a fake Superman punch into kind of an overhand right, was that something you worked on? I like the footwork in there when you step the right foot forward.
Yeah, I work a lot. I got a trainer, Arnold Sean, has been working on a lot of unconventional striking things that when you're athletic and you're explosive, you can really deceive guys. And, you know, it's kind of a blitz. So you really don't try to sell a jab. You kind of switch your feet and come over with a lot of power with the right hand. And it hit. And when I knew it hit, I knew he was done. So I went ahead and tried to finish it off.
And some people have criticized you in the past for wrestling too much and, you know, using the wrestling and but laying and praying. Your last fight was an amazing fight. You came up short in that one, but it was definitely one of the best fights in 2012. Is it new Tyron Woodley? Is it new and improved, or what's going on?
It's definitely new and improved Tyron Woodley. You know, I even switched the nickname to The Chosen One because God chose me to do this. You know, all those things that I did, I'm putting them all together now. So taking guys down, controlling position, punching guys, defending guys, all those things have to go into being a complete fighter. So, you know, fans are really remember the last fight. They don't remember 5 finishes in a row when I first started. They don't remember guys saying I was one of the best athletes in the sport. All those things go behind when you have a decision against a top 10 opponent or something like that. So for me, I kind of shrug it off because I know who I am as a fighter, and if I didn't know myself and have an identity, then I would be kind of, you know, frustrated with it. So this is what you're going to see. You know, my last fight, basically, you know, I went out there and I got to find a happy medium. We went out there and we was just tearing each other up. It was like 2 mice in a wool sock. So now I got to have moments of that, but also moments where I back off and strategize.
Talking about top 10 fighters, Jay Hiron is by many considered top 10 170er. You're now in the UFC, former Strikeforce champ. How many fights do you think you are from a title shot at 170?
It just depends on the fights. If you know, if I get in Dana White and Lorenzo's ear and say, hey, throw me into the wolves, feed me to them, because you got to realize everybody in this division is tough. Yeah. There's guys that would not very good name recognition that are very tough. And if I'm going to risk it, I want to put the marbles, you know, what's going to get me closer to Georges St. Pierre. So if I selectively get bouts that are pushing me there, I will say 2 or 3 bouts, I should be in the mix.
Are there some names out there that you know put you closer to that title bout?
Oh, it's a ton of guys, you know. They all are fighting March 16th. So, you know, I told them my passport is still valid, it's current. I only spent 35 seconds in the cage, so I'm going to get right back to training. And if something happened when somebody can't fight, please consider me. Please put me in there, you know.
So you're ready to go on March 16th if needed?
Of course.
You also opened a gym. We spoke a little bit about that, and before you opened it, how's the gym going? How is it between being married, you know, gym, being a professional fighter, everything else?
I'm going to be honest, you know, everybody tells you not to open up a gym, and I see why now. You know, for me, it was rough. You know, gym is a lot of overhead, a lot of management. Then you have your wife. I have 3 kids. You know, I have a career. I did a couple movies. So my plate has been ridiculously full. I have 5 guys I manage in MMA. So for me, it was just really weathering the storm. You know, 6 months ago, I was ready to cash it in. Up until the last 2 months, we've been killing it. My gym is booming. Our classes are packed. So, I'm really blessed at the staff we have at ATT Evolution. Every time I have to leave and go and train or do something, they always filling in a gap. And, we got some loyal customers. And, I'm excited about everything coming together. The title, the fight, everything's going to go for the journey.
And you said you manage 5 fighters. Is it Sam Spire, Extreme Couture Management, who manages you, who teaches you how to manage the guys?
Yeah, Sam's a savvy dude, man. He can pick any contract apart. It's been a blessing to be around him. He's kind of like a father figure, so he sees me and he might tell me stuff I don't want to hear, but he always had my best interests at heart. But I take some of those ingredients and I got to put a little grit on it as well, because some of my guys are up and coming guys. They don't have, even with me, Sam got to work hard with me as well. But, some of these guys I really have to work hard with. So, it's been a challenge.
You heard it here directly from Tyron Woodley. Looking forward to seeing the future in the UFC, potentially, if there are any injuries, March 16th. Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Programmet presenteras av betsafe.com.